All right, let's talk about unlocking a hidden treasure. I mean, we're diving into a technology that's completely changing the game by turning all those static, basically useless files into your company's most powerful asset, intelligent, usable data.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. Every single contract, every invoice, every lab report your organization has ever touched, it's all filled with critical information. But here's the real question. How much of that can you actually use right now? That's the problem we're going to tackle today.
You know, the AI pioneer Andrew Ng has a great name for this. He calls it the dark data problem. And it's exactly what it sounds like. All that crucial information that's just locked away in formats like PDFs or scanned images. It's wild, right? It's data you own, but you can't really do anything with it unless you have an army of people manually sifting through everything.
So, let's dig into this a little deeper. For decades, we've been throwing technology at this problem, but honestly, the results have been, well, not great.
The traditional tools, like your basic optical character recognition, or OCR, they just weren't built for the real world. They look at a document and see one giant flat block of text. So, of course, they get totally confused by different fonts, or messy scans, or complex tables that don't even have lines. They can't tell you if a number is an invoice total or a date, and what you end up with is this jumbled mess that a human has to go back and fix by hand.
And the cost of this whole mess? It's just staggering. I mean, early adopters of these new AI tools are reporting a mind-blowing 90% reduction in the time they spend just looking for information. Think about that. That's not just getting a few hours back. That's literally freeing up your team to stop hunting for data and start making actual decisions.
So, how do we fix this? Well, it takes a totally different way of thinking. We have to move beyond just reading the characters on a page to actually understanding the document itself. And this is where a new approach called Agentic Extraction comes into play.
Okay, so what in the world is Agentic Document Extraction? Forget the old, blunt instruments. I want you to picture a team of tiny, super specialized AI agents. You've got one agent who's an expert at finding invoice numbers. Another is a total pro at spotting signatures. And a third, it can see a company logo from a mile away. They all work together, adapting to any document you throw at them, no rigid templates needed. This is about real intelligence, not just simple transcription.
And the difference here is honestly night and day. Traditional OCR, it just sees a wall of text. But Agentic Extraction sees the document the way you and I do. It recognizes the building blocks. It sees the table over here, the paragraph over there, the figure at the bottom. And by understanding the structure, it can finally understand the content.
And you know what? This technology is not standing still for a second. Landing AI just rolled out a major upgrade to its core engine. It's a brand new model they're calling the Document Pre-trained Transformer 2, or DPT-2 for short.
The huge leap forward with DPT-2 is something they call an expanded chunk ontology. Now, I know, ontology sounds like a super fancy word, but it's really just a system for classifying things. All it means is that the AI can now recognize a much wider, more detailed variety of elements inside a document. We're going way beyond just simple text and tables now.
And this is where that upgrade really starts to shine. Look, the system was already pretty good at finding text, tables, and figures. But now, with DPT-2, it can pinpoint signatures, official stamps, company logos, QR codes, barcodes, even things like ID cards and handwritten notes. Each one of these becomes its own distinct piece of data that the AI knows exactly how to handle.
So why does recognizing all these new things actually matter? Oh, it is a total game changer. For compliance, you can now automatically verify signatures and seals. For traceability, you can scan a QR code on a physical document and instantly link it to its digital twin in your system. And for data quality, it means the AI gives you the company's name, not some messy paragraph trying to describe its logo. It's just so much cleaner.
Okay, so that's the theory. But let's see how this stuff actually performs out in the wild in the real world. This is where it gets really cool. You can take a horribly complex financial PDF, you know the kind with tables that stretch across multiple pages and have absolutely no borders. With their software development kit, it literally takes just 3 lines of code to process it. And the result? A perfect, cell-for-cell replica of that table, ready to be dropped right into Excel or Google Sheets. It's incredible.
And this isn't just for one industry. In healthcare, it can pull a single specific glucose reading from a dense lab report. In finance, it can chew through a massive sales report with over 1,000 cells and not get a single column wrong. It can even read handwritten construction logs and make sense of those crazy multi-level headers. It's truly built for the messiness of reality.
So what does this all add up to for the future of how we handle documents? We are really looking at a whole new class of intelligence. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The industry is definitely taking notice. In a 2025 benchmark, the independent research firm A-Multiple put all the top tools to the test. And as you can see from their results, they found that Landing AI was the most capable tool out there for this kind of agentic document extraction, scoring way ahead of the competition.
This quote from Andrew Ng really just nails the whole philosophy here. The era of trying to use one gigantic generic AI model for every single problem is over. It just makes sense, right? Your smartwatch has a different processor than a supercomputer. In the same way, we need specialized AI that's purpose-built for specific jobs, like understanding the visual language of documents.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. This entire technological shift comes down to one simple thing: taking all the chaotic, unstructured visual data that's trapped in our documents and turning it into clean, structured, actionable intelligence that helps us make better, faster decisions.
So, I guess I'll just leave you with this thought. For pretty much every single organization out there, your most valuable, untapped asset isn't sitting in some neat and tidy database. Nope. It's hiding in plain sight, locked away inside your documents. The only question left is, are you finally ready to look? Thanks for joining me.